Good evening. It is 5:30, so we're going to call the regular council meeting and the Board of Health meeting to order. We're going to start with the Board of Health tonight. Before we do that, I'd ask you to turn your phones to silent or vibrate, and then let's stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Chris, would you take the roll, please?
Councilmember Myers?
Here.
Councilmember Rowe?
Here.
Councilmember Stevens?
Here.
Councilmember Berg?
Here.
Councilmember Dalby?
Here.
Mayor Lazio?
Here.
Approval of the minutes from meeting number 1 on January 19th, 2021 as presented. Recommendation, approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second. Thank you.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set to consider condemnation of the structures of the property located at 120 South Van Buren in the city of Ottumwa, Wapello County, Iowa.
This is a public hearing, so Zach, we'll give you the floor to get started.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. This property was placarded on September 1st, 2020 due to a partial structural collapse at the rear of the building. It's a former church that was used as a single-family home. On September 9th, 2020, just about a week later, the owners had completed the demolition plan and they committed to having the building removed by December 1st, 2020. But then the property suffered a fire on October 13th. To date, there was no progress made on the demolition plan, and that demolition plan has expired. The department has been told that the owners have had difficulty working with their insurance company to secure funds for the demolition, and we've allowed for some time before making this filing. However, the inspector's report is that the present condition of the building is an imminent hazard and an attractive nuisance. It's already had a partial structural collapse before the fire, and he's concerned that it could collapse further. We've seen that people have been in and out of the building, whether it's squatters or people trying to collect wire or something like that. We're concerned that we need to get the building down as quickly as possible because of its condition. It is still in violation of the code, and the notice was served by certified mail and by posting on the property and by publication in the Courier.
This is a public hearing. If there's anyone that wants to address this item, now is the time to step forward. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Condemn the structures located at 120 South Van Buren, order prompt demolition, removal, and leveling of the lot, and direct all costs attendant to such actions, including administrative costs, to be assessed against the property and/or collected from the owner or owners thereof. Recommendation, approve the condemnation of the structures located at 120 South Van Buren.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second. Christine, has there been any
I've received no objections
no
to this, Your
objections?
Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Zach? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set to consider condemnation of the structures on the property located at 236 Phillips in the city of Ottumwa, Wapello County, Iowa.
Go ahead, Zach.
Thank you, Mayor. This property was placarded on August 5th due to a lack of utilities, broken boarded up windows, and exposure to the elements. At the initial inspection, the door to the building was wide open to pests, vermin, and trespassers. Over the summer, the city and fall, the city's had to mow the grass. We've performed a nuisance cleanup. No one has submitted a repair plan or sought permission to be in the building or has made any progress toward curing any of the deficiencies. The property remains in violation, and just like the last property, we served notice by posting, certified mail, and publication in the Courier.
This also is a public hearing. If there's anyone that wants to address this item, seeing no one, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Condemn the structures located at 236 Phillips, order prompt demolition, removal, and leveling of the lot, and direct all costs attendant to such actions, including administrative costs, to be assessed against the property and/or collected from the owner or owners thereof. Recommendation: approve the condemnation of the structures located at 236 Phillips.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions for Zach? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Is there any other business for the Board of Health? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the Board of Health.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I should mention we have Attorney Christine Stone online, so if we have any questions during the meeting, we can consult with her. So we'll move into the regular city council meeting at this point. Would you take the roll again, please?
Councilmember Myers?
Here.
Councilmember Berg?
Here.
Councilmember Dalby?
Here.
Councilmember Rowe?
Here.
Councilmember Stevens?
Here.
Mayor Lazio?
Here.
Items on the consent agenda. Minutes from regular meeting number 9 on March 16th, 2021, and special meeting number 10 on March 30th, 2021, as presented. Civil Service Commission eligibility list for March 25th, 2021, police officer entrance. Approve the appointment of Barbara Kojo to the full-time position of Director of Human Resources effective on or before April 12th, 2021. Approve the appointment of Rodney Racania to the full-time position of police officer effective on or about April 19th, 2021. Approve the appointment of Chase Crandall to the position of probationary firefighter. Approve payment to Computer Information Systems Incorporated in the amount of $19,831 for a one-year license renewal and maintenance agreement for the police department's in-house computer software. Approve the replacement of air conditioning and furnace units in the Public Works Building in the amount of $14,000. Consideration of acknowledgement settlement agreement between the City of Ottumwa and Mad Justice LLC, doing business as Mad Avenue Quick Shop at 405 South Madison Street. Consideration of acknowledgement settlement agreement between the City of Ottumwa and Casey's Marketing Company, doing business as Casey's General Store number 2208 at 1603 West 2nd. Consideration of acknowledgement settlement agreement between the City of Ottumwa and Hy-Vee Incorporated, doing business as Hy-Vee Gas Number 1 at 1027 North Quincy. Approve salvage dealers license renewals for the following: Rosamond's Incorporated at 902 East Main Street, Cars Salvage LLC at 430 North Forest Avenue, Courtney Car Crushing and Scrap at 825 Haynes Street, Alter Metal Recycling at 404 North Forest Avenue, all applications pending final inspections. Resolution number 79, 2021, authorizing renewal and administrative services agreement with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa for health and dental insurance for a period of July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Avisus, a Guardian Company for vision insurance for a period of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022, and Symetra Life Insurance Company for life insurance for a period of July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2023. Resolution number 80, 2021, authorizing all budgeted transfers for fiscal year 2021 as presented by the Finance Department. Beer and/or liquor applications for Pizza Hut 1 at 1247 Theater Drive, Las Palmas Bar and Grill Incorporated at 321 East 2nd Street, all applications pending final inspections. Consideration of acknowledgement settlement agreement between the City of Ottumwa and Elliott Oil Company, doing business as BP at 720 Richmond.
Move the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Item C on our agenda will move for the approval of tonight's agenda. Is there such a motion?
Make the motion to approve the agenda as presented with removal of item G9, ordinance 3181, 2021, to be presented at the next regularly scheduled meeting on April 20th, 2021.
Second.
Councilmember Myers,
Yes.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to call on City Administrator Phil Rath to give us an update.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Mayor. I am going to do the best to do this from memory as my computer is in a spinning cycle here and not opening up. So we had the first thing on here was update on Make Ottumwa Shine, code enforcement and nuisances. If you remember from last year, Make Ottumwa Shine was postponed, or I guess it ended up being canceled for the year. It is coming back. The dates are May 16th, May 22nd. There is information on the city website, and along with that, the city has gotten a little bit of a facelift, or the website has gotten a little bit of a facelift. And one of the icons or buttons on the website is the Make Ottumwa Shine at the moment, so it makes it even easier for people to find that information and get to there. So if there's properties that they wanted to adopt, they can find those. There are bags, which are, I guess, purple in color, and gloves that are available for people that wanted to volunteer to help clean up the areas that are designated. And those bags and gloves are provided free of charge as part of that volunteering. And those that are interested can also earn a badge or a patch along with that. So for service hours or anything to that effect. Code enforcement has been one of the things that's been on the forefront of many of the council members' minds for some time. And one of the things that we're working, trying to get from more of a reactive state to a proactive state. I believe there was. So working on that, we do have limited staffing, and so we're doing our best to get to all of these properties. But just a reminder in general for people to maintain their properties, to keep them clean, to keep them neat, orderly, and for the council members, there are monthly reports that are out there as far as the reports from code enforcement issues, nuisances, those things. So be looking for those. And the last note on that is to help address that and be more proactive. We're looking to have a work session and looking to do that the last Tuesday of the month, which would be, I think, the 27th. So if you want to put that on your calendars, and any staff that affects is welcome to attend that as well. Hopefully we get some free flow of ideas and ways to help with code enforcement nuisances throughout the city. The second thing I have on the agenda here is the local Human Rights Commission update. It's something I had mentioned that I'd be bringing forth, just keeping in front of the council, keeping in front of the citizens, just where we're at and the status of things. We have, I've been meeting with a group of interested residents, citizens of the community who want to see the Human Rights Commission brought back in some format. It was disbanded a number of years ago, and looking to see how that can be a positive effect on the community. We have started to meet more frequently. We were meeting on a once-a-month basis, but there is a tentative goal of the group to have something before council at that first meeting in June. As a result, have started meeting twice a month or every other week. And the last Monday, a week ago from yesterday, we had a very productive meeting, I thought, talking about mission, vision, things like that, and getting something that will be able to draft into code going forward from that point. So be looking for that, and I think we're making some good progress right now.
Okay, thank you, Phil. Item E, if there's anyone who wants to address an item on the agenda, I don't have any requests for that, so we'll move on to F.
Anderson, Larkin and Company engagement letter. Recommendation, authorize city staff to work with Anderson, Larkin and Company on the fiscal year 21 audit.
Good evening, Kayla.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is an engagement letter with Anderson, Larkin and Company to complete our audit for our current FY21 year. the same as it has been the last couple of years. So our recommendation would be to authorize this for one more year. Probably within next year or the next couple of years, we'll do an RFP of some sort to for our audit process. So, but for this year, we'd like to keep Anderson Larkin on.
So is there a motion for this?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions for Kat? Okay, hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the Rehabilitate Runway 422 for the Ottumwa Regional Airport project.
This is a public hearing, so Chris, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a public hearing approving the plans, specifications, and form of contract and the estimated cost for the Rehabilitate Runway 422 project at the Tumble Regional Airport. The specifications and plans for this project have been put together by our airport consultants, Kirkham Michael. Estimated cost for this project is $442,000. The bid opening is set for April 27th, 2021 at 2 p.m. and will be awarded at the May 4th, 2021 council meeting. We have been informed just lately that 100% of this project will be paid for by the FAA. At this time and place, if any interested person may appear and file objections thereto.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to address this item? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing portion.
So moved.
Give that to Bob and Matt. Any questions, or let's take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution 67, 2021, approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the Rehabilitate Runway 422 for the Ottumwa Regional Airport project. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 67, 2021.
Is there a
The
motion?
recommendation as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions for
I had
Chris?
one. I was just wondering, is there a cap at an amount for the grant to be at 100%? If bids were higher than estimated?
They're gonna pay for the whole project because they got, it kind of sounds like they got leftover COVID money. And they're looking for ways to use that. And so they're gonna be able to just take care of the project for us.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And that was part of the reason that it was a rather quick process for you.
absolutely. In fact, that's why we had to get it to council and they wanted to bid on it ASAP. And so that's why we're getting it through as quickly as we can.
Any other questions for Chris? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing on the option to consider a renewal of lease agreement between the City of Ottumwa and the Iowa Department of Administrative Services for the CASA program and lease of office space in the City Hall building located at 105 East 3rd Street.
And I think we're not sure if we had a question about that. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to address this item? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing portion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Holly.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 68, 2021, approving the renewal of lease agreement between the City of Ottumwa and the Iowa Department of Administrative Services for the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals Child Advocacy Board and the CASA program, and authorizing the mayor to sign. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 68, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Before we vote on it, I might comment that April is the National Month to Prevent Child Abuse, and it's nice to have them located here, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to support their efforts to prevent child abuse. Wapello County seems to be one of the higher counties in the state, and we certainly want to improve in that metric. So I'll wait for Phil to get back. Phil, is there anything you want to add on the motion to continue the lease with the Iowa Department of Administrative Services? We've had no public input, comments. It's standard, and you've upped it for cost of living, as I recall.
Yes, yep, nope, that was it. They've agreed to those terms. It was a slight increase for cost of living adjustment. It's in line with the rental rate for the recent one with Representative Miller Meeks. So I think we're all set there.
Okay. If there's no further questions, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 sidewalk drop and detectable warning installation program.
This is a public hearing. Larry, you have the floor tonight.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. This is the 10th contract and consists of the installation of sidewalk drops and detectable warnings at various locations throughout the city of Ottumwa. The completion of these sidewalk drops and detectable warnings will be a step towards compliance with the ADA transition plan. The transition plan was approved by council on August 7th, 2012. The city-owned and maintained intersections are one portion of the ADA requirements. The overall project was estimated at that time at $1,280,000 and is budgeted typically at $120,000 each year until completed. A detailed report was given at the council meeting held on February 16th, 2021 on the total number completed and areas that remained. Bids will be received and opened by the city of Ottumwa on April 28th, 2021 at 2 p.m. The bid report and bid award recommendation will be presented at the city council meeting on May 4th, 2021, or at a later date as determined by staff. For your review, we've had the previous contracts listed and the total to date.
This is a public hearing. If there's anyone in the audience who wants to address this item, seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 72, 2021, approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 sidewalk drop and detectable warning installation program. Recommendation, pass and adopt resolution number 72, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Any questions for Larry? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 Catch Basin Program.
Go ahead, Larry, you have the floor.
This again is one of our annual programs. It will reconstruct and raise catch basin wells, new grates as identified on the plans and specifications. Basins again are located on various streets within the city of Ottumwa. Bids will be received and opened by the city of Ottumwa on April 28th, 2021 at 2 p.m. A bid report and bid award recommendation will be presented to the city council meeting on May 4th, 2021 at a later date as determined by staff. We do budget annually $50,000.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to address this item? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 73, 2021, approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 Catch Basin Program. Recommendation, pass and adopt resolution number 73, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented. Second.
Thank you, Matt. Any questions for Larry? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 Sanitary Utility Access Program.
Go ahead, Larry.
Again, this is another annual program. The project will install sanitary access at lines and sewers that do not have current manholes, and then the associated patchwork. Manholes will be placed at locations that have either limited access points or problems that are prone to plugging, causing increased cleaning maintenance. Bids will be received and opened by the City of Ottumwa on April 28th, 2021 at 2 p.m. Bid report and bid award recommendation will be presented at the City Council meeting May 4th, 2020, or at a later date as determined by staff. And again, this is one that we budget $50,000 each year for.
Public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who wants to address this? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to close the public hearing portion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 74, 2021, approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2021 Sanitary Utility Access Program. Recommendation, pass and adopt resolution number 74, 2021.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions for Larry? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the River Wall Extension Project.
Again, Larry, you have the floor.
This project will raise the north side river wall between the Hydro Dam and Wapello Street Bridge by 1 foot. The project is necessary for the river wall to meet FEMA's freeboard requirements. Work will include prepping the existing wall, installing rebar, placing concrete, and sealing the joints. The length of this wall section is 1,350 linear feet. Bids will be received and opened by the City of Ottumwa on April 28th, 2021 at 2 p.m. A bid report and bid award recommendation will be presented at the City Council meeting on May 4th, 2021, or at a later date as determined by staff. This project is estimated at $65,000 and is coming out of a $500,000 CIP fund.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone that wants to address this item? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 75, 2021, approving the plan, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for the River Wall Extension Project. Recommendation, pass and adopt resolution number 75, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented. Second.
I just want to be sure it's on the record. Larry, this completes our requirements with FEMA, so we'll be okay for the, we call them firm maps, and insurance maps and all that.
This is one project out of several that we have to do. The south side, we used force our own labor to do the points that were, they varied from 0.2 to half a foot low on the south side. That's been submitted. On the north side, we still have to deal with the flood wall along the substation by the hydro and then all the way to the Market Street Bridge. Part of that study that we entered into some weeks ago is to determine, do we have to raise the wall below Market Street? So that's still out. We know we have to, on Forest Ave, install some sort of wall. We're 1.5 feet low on the tieback in one area. So there's several projects coming your way.
Okay, good. Okay. Any other questions for Larry?
I just have one quick question. How, when this is raised to the foot, how will that be in comparison to the levee that's on the south side? Will there still be some elevation difference, or will they be at the same elevation?
They're real close. The south side was overbuilt, so it has a little bit additional height to it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Just one of the things I might note, one of the requirements, anytime you have a structure, the hydro dam, for instance, is a structure, it can be a bridge. The requirement changes from 3 foot of freeboard, which is a measurement from your flood profile in the middle of the river. If you did a cross section across, you compare those elevations. And this is all modeling, so that's an interesting, and they're always conservative. But around structures, it has to be 4 feet instead of your standard 3. So each structure, each bridge, each dam has to be an extra foot. And going back, the reason we're even here is the FEMA re-rated the profile of the river, and it raised several feet from 3 feet to, I think it's 6.5 feet on the upstream side. So what used to be considered a lot of freeboard in our design does not, it just doesn't exist anymore.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
This is the time, place, and date set for a public hearing on the matter. The Ottumwa City Council finds that based upon evidence submitted by the City Attorney's Office on February 3rd, 2021, an employee of BW Gas and Convenience Retail doing business as Yesway number 1030 committed a violation of Iowa Code Section 453A2, Section 1, by selling, giving, or otherwise supplying any tobacco, tobacco products, alternative nicotine products, vapor products, or cigarettes to any person under 21 years of age, and that was the first violation of this statute.
This is a public hearing. If there's anybody who wants to address this item?
Your Honor,
Yes.
this is Christine Stone. I'd like to provide some comments on this item, if that would be all right.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. So this is a hearing for a tobacco permit violation at the location that was described in the agenda. The council does have information in the packet upon which it can make a decision on this tonight. The hearing is obviously the opportunity for the permittee to appear and contest the violation. But beginning on page 172 of the council packet, a copy of the tobacco permit is included. A copy of the notice of hearing is included in the packet, which shows that the permittee was provided at least 10 days written notice regarding the hearing, which is what the code requires. There is also a copy of the hearing complaint, which sets out the permit violation. There are copies of the citation that was issued to the employee at the convenience store. And then there is also a copy of the disposition, which shows that that employee did plead guilty to selling tobacco products to someone under the age of 21. So based on the information that is included in the council packet, my recommendation is that the council impose the fine of $300 and approve the resolution essentially, which finds that the violation has occurred.
Thank you, Christine. That's a good summary. Okay. Is there anyone else that wants to address this item? Okay. Then I entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So move. Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 81, 2021, order assessing penalty first violation to BW Gas and Convenience Retail doing business as Yesway number 1030 to remit $300 to the city on or before May 6th, 2021, 30 days from the date of this order for the first violation of Iowa Code Section 453A2, Section 1. Failure to pay the civil penalty by this date shall automatically result in the suspension of the cigarette permit for a period of 14 days in addition to the $300 fine. Recommendation: pass and adopt resolution number 81, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Any questions for staff or Christine? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers,
Yes.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Resolution number 69, 2021, removing a special assessment for delinquent sewer fees applied to 1653 South Milner Street on resolution number 107, 2020. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 69, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Thank you, Holly. Any questions? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers,
Yes.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Resolution number 70, 2021, removing a special assessment for delinquent refuse fees applied to 1653 South Milner Street on resolution number 108, 2020. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 70, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers,
Yes.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Resolution number 71, 2021, addressing a notice of assignment of contract funds and authorizing the mayor to sign the letter of acknowledgement on the Johnson Avenue reconstruction project. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 71, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Okay, Larry, you have the floor.
The contract was awarded to Pillar Inc. of Huxley, Iowa on February 16th, 2021, and the contract insurance payment of performance bonds were approved March 2nd, 2021. A letter was received from Northern Escrow Inc. of St. Paul, Minnesota, requesting assignment of the contract funds due Pillar Inc. for the work completed on Johnson Avenue reconstruction.
Any questions? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers,
Yes.
Councilmember Berg,
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby,
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe,
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens.
Yes.
Resolution number 76, 2021, award the contract for the 2021 RFP number 3 Eisenhower Pedestrian Bridge Repair to Boulder Contracting LLC of Grundy Center, Iowa, in the amount of $85,500. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 76, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Larry.
This project consists primarily of horizontal, vertical, and overhead concrete repair to structural sidewalk ramp located on the west side of Highway 63 and the Eisenhower overpass. Repairs will consist primarily of structural concrete repair, epoxy injection, based on unit price provided by the successful contractor. Work was previously performed on the east ramp in 2018, which addressed most of the severe repairs needed on that side. The project will be focused on the most severe repair of the west ramp. Project includes a unit price contract that will make use of the available funding, noting only a portion of the needed repairs will likely be addressed. Project is scheduled to begin June 1st, 2021, when the school year finishes, and will be completed by June 30th, 2021. The RP was sent to 9 contractors and downloaded from the city's website by another 6 contractors. 3 bids were received and opened March 24th, 2021 at 2 p.m. The low bidder for the work is Boulder Contracting LLC from Grundy Center, Iowa, in the sum of $85,500. Staff recommends the city council award the contract.
Any questions for Larry?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
And I'm sorry I didn't ask before the meeting, Larry, but I was curious. So this is solely a city obligation? We don't ask the school district to work with us on it?
We actually followed up on that. I know at one of the council meetings that was a inquiry by one of the members. I know Phil talked directly to the school and they didn't feel like that was part of their capital responsibility.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
No.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 77, 2021, approving the professional services agreement between the City of Ottumwa and Willett Hoffman and Associates Incorporated for the 2021 City Hall Improvements Project and authorize the mayor to sign the agreement. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 77, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented, Your Honor.
Second.
Thank you, Holly. Go ahead, Larry.
This agreement is for Willett Hoffman and Associates, Inc., of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to provide architectural and engineering services associated with the City Hall Improvement Project. The scope of the work initially includes schematic design to evaluate HVAC options and the impact to City Hall interior finishes and operation. The City of Tumble began the process by soliciting qualified architectural and engineering firms for this project on February 2nd, 2021, when requests for qualifications were sent to 5 firms plus the Iowa chapter of American Institute of Architects Job Board and the city's website. A review committee was established consisting of 4 staff members plus Councilman Rowe. Responses were received from 16 different firms on February 25th, 2021. Each member of the selection committee reviewed and scored each response on March 8th, 2021. The selection committee met and compared scores and selected 3 firms to interview. Following the March 19th interviews, it was determined that Willett Hoffman was the most qualified for this project. City Hall improvement projects will consist of schematic design to determine the best heating and ventilation and air conditioning system to replace the boiler, which has been operating since 1958 and is well beyond the service life. Also, a new HVAC system will impact the first floor finishes, so consideration is given returning the floor to more historical accurate decor. The various options and cost opinions will be presented to the City Council by representatives of Willett Hoffman at a June 2021 City Council meeting, so a formal direction can be decided. The consultant will then start the design, development, and construction document phases for additional fees if approved. These schematic design services will be based on actual cumulative hours to the project by each class of Willett Hoffman employees at an hourly billing rate for each applicable billing class, plus reimbursement of expenses incurred in connection with providing services within this agreement. Compensation is $42,500 to complete the schematic design. Staff recommends approving and executing the professional service agreement.
Any questions for Larry?
Larry, I was wondering, is this architect on the technical advisory network through State Historical Society?
I'd have to go back and look. I don't recall.
Because I know architectural design work will, usually if you want to apply for those grants, needs to be a technical advisory network architect. So that
I'd want to verify that. I think so. I think we discussed that, but there was a lot of reviewing.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? So they'll come back with a recommendation and look at the possibilities and give you some estimates at that point?
Right. They're going to look at multiple systems. What's the most effective? How can we actually get them installed without disrupting current operations? There's a lot of moving parts to actually make something like this work. One of the options would be to do nothing but replace the boiler, and then that's what you have, a single system. You'd still have all these add-on air conditioning units that's been kind of placed, not so much designed. We really don't have air exchange rates or anything in this building. We don't meet any type of current design for air quality.
Any other questions or comments for Larry? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Resolution number 78, 2021, approving change order number 1 and accepting the work as final and complete for the Fox Sock and North Court intersection project. Recommendation pass and adopt resolution number 78, 2021.
Is there a motion?
Move the recommendation as presented.
Second.
Thank you, Matt. Go ahead, Larry.
The project enlarged the intersection radius, added a paved shoulder and panel replacement on North Court Street at the North Court and Fox Sock intersection. The improvements allowed the intersection to better accommodate semi-traffic turning movements into the industrial park. Change order one consisted of a decrease of $7,522.50 for decrease in quantity adjustments. So the final new contract sum is $143,572.50. TK Concrete Inc. of Pella, Iowa, completed the above reference work according to the plans and specifications, and this will authorize payment and release of all retainage. We were able to receive, with our partners of the downtown, a USDA Rural Business Development Grant in the amount of $142,347.
Any questions for Larry? Hearing none, take the roll.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
At this time, we give citizens a chance to comment on anything of concern and interest, and I think I have one, John Fleeter. So John, if you'd like to step to the microphone and tell us what your concerns are.
Hi, my name is John Fenner. I live in Ottumwa now. My concern is the lack of a shelter for men who are getting in and out of jail or trying to get back into society. If what I'm running into is like I can only give you the examples. My son. For my son, in 2015, due to his addiction problems, he assaulted me. He got carried over. That's why I have a restraining order against him. Since 2015, he's been in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. He's not coming back to my house because I don't allow him to come back to my house. The problem is he's running out of options. He's 43. Where does he go next? You know, he keeps going back to the same people. The circle's going to go through. I'm losing my son. I've asked the governor. I've asked our state representatives, our state senators. I'm out of options. Everybody keeps saying there's programs out there that'll do this, and I don't know who else to ask. You know, I'm out of options. I don't know where else to go. So I'm going to you, Mr. Mayor. What is there? I know at one point we had a shelter. From what I hear, I've only lived here since 15. My mom lived here 30 years. I never knew about a shelter, but I don't know. I know there was some funding, there were some problems, but we got a vicious cycle. Our kids, my son's 43. Think about all the kids that are out here getting in and out of trouble and they got nowhere to go because they attacked their parents or they did something at home. They need a place where they can start out, get a little bit of time under their belt, get an address so they can send it, you know, when you apply for a job, you need an address. Just they need a little help. And without that help, it just goes right back and right back and right back. And I don't know, it shouldn't come out of Ottumwa's funding it, you know. I think the state, maybe the feds, I don't know who, but I don't know. And I appreciate you guys letting me speak.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thank you.
I agree, it's a common problem we've encountered, and we did have a men's shelter here for a number of years, and due to financing, it closed and has not been reinstituted. I think that's something that we might ask our other nonprofits to look at again in terms of the need and the numbers, and I'll do some visiting with some folks and get back with you on that after I do a little checking. Okay. Any other public comments? Any communication from council on any item of concern for city business?
If I could bring something up, and I usually don't do this, but I feel like this is one of those times that is probably necessary. Right now in the State House, there's Senate Bill 587 that's on the docket, and it will go to vote at some point in the very near future. And it has the possibility of, in the long term, to be very damaging to cities and counties. One of the key components of that is the property tax rollback component, which will take a lot of money out of the city budget. It takes a lot of local control away from cities and counties. We've been talking about property tax rollbacks for years. We finally have our budget in a good place. in this city. I believe that the county does too, in talking with Supervisor Morgan. And this could be a really big blow to us. Specifically, you know, we've had conversations over the last couple of years regarding public safety coming out of the general fund. This has the potential to be very damaging to basically every community in the state's public safety program. So I would urge anybody who is listening tonight to write a letter to their state senator, their state representative, in opposition of this bill, because it will not end well for the city of Ottumwa or Wapello County if this goes through as it currently stands.
And again, Mark, you mentioned that as Senate File 587, right?
Correct.
Phil and I will do some talking about that, and we'll address that with our state senator and representative here locally. Any other issues? Again, I want to reiterate what Phil mentioned earlier about the Make Ottumwa Shine. It's moved back a little further into May this year. Now that the snow has melted and the wind has blown, we are seeing a lot of trash around the community, and so let's get our town spruced up. And I think the work session on nuisances and so forth, code enforcement, will also be very helpful, because we have some issues with some frequent flyers, as I refer to them, who seem to be moving around our community, and we have an awful lot of junk and garbage that seems to be reoccurring. So talk to your friends and clubs and organizations and see if you can get out and do some spring cleanup in our yards and neighborhoods, and everybody that helps out, it makes the job a lot easier. So, and there is a good list on our website if you want to pick a particular location. So anything else for the good of the city? Any other council? Staff? Okay. All right. If not, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Councilmember Myers?
Yes.
Councilmember Berg?
Yes.
Councilmember Dalby?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Stevens?
Yes.
Thank you very much and have a good evening. 6:22.